The sun hangs heavy on the horizon, bleeding deep violet and burnt orange across the manicured grass. Shadows stretch long and sharp, reaching toward the center of the final green. The air is unnaturally still. At the heart of the course, the flagstick stands, but it is failing. Its fabric flickers, emitting rhythmic, digital particles. Each pulse of light distorts the air around it, a jagged glitch in the reality of the game. 3 figures stand at the edge of the green, watching the disturbance. The mentor stands motionless, his eyes locked on the flickering flag. Beside him, the king remains perfectly still, arms crossed, his gaze heavy with expectation. The maestro leans forward, tracking the erratic movement of the digital particles with a clinical, analytical focus. The atmosphere is thick with the weight of a singular, impending event. The spectators wait, their presence anchoring the tension. The mentor stepped forward, his boots crunching softly on the dew-dampened grass. He approached the ball, his movements deliberate and devoid of hesitation. He reached down, his fingers hovering over the putter grip. He began to arrange his hands, pulling his fingers into a rigid, precise claw formation. His knuckles turned white as he applied pressure, the skin stretching tight over bone. He held the position, demonstrating the exact tension required. The king shifted his weight, his eyes narrowing as he tracked the placement of every finger. The maestro leaned in closer, his chin tucked. The mentor adjusted his thumb, locking the grip into place. He held the club steady, showing how the tension canceled out the ambient vibration of the green. The silence deepened. The king uncrossed his arms, his posture hardening as he recognized the level of control required for such a technique. The maestro nodded once, a subtle movement that acknowledged the perfection of the form. The mentor did not look up. His focus remained on the connection. He tested the grip, rocking the putter head back and forth, proving the stability of his hold. The demonstration was complete, leaving the observers in silent anticipation. The mentor stepped back, his work finished. The all-star female lead moved into the space he vacated, her gaze fixed on the ball. She stopped, feet planted wide, and drew a long, slow breath. As she exhaled, the air around her hands began to change. Tiny sparks of neon blue energy flickered into existence, dancing between her fingertips. They grew in intensity, weaving together into a dense, crackling aura. She reached out and placed her hands firmly onto the putter. The moment her skin touched the grip, the blue light surged, flowing down the shaft like liquid fire. She channeled the energy, focusing it into a concentrated magic claw that radiated outward. The air surrounding the clubhead began to warp. She held the club steady, her arms locked, as the neon aura intensified, casting a sharp, azure glow across the grass. The digital particles from the flagstick reacted, swirling toward her in a chaotic magnetic dance. She did not blink. She did not waver. Every muscle in her forearms tightened, bracing against the force. The atmosphere grew heavy, charged with static. She was ready. The green waited. She swung. The putter head connected with the ball, releasing a shockwave of neon blue light that tore through the air. A glowing path ignited instantly, carving a brilliant line across the grass toward the distant hole. As the ball began its roll, the ground beneath it shattered. The lush turf buckled and snapped, violently morphing into rigid, glowing 3D voxel blocks. Each block pulsed with a rhythmic, synthetic light, creating a jagged, digital landscape that shifted in real time. The ball accelerated, carving through the distortion as if the air itself were liquid. It skipped over the shifting geometry, gaining speed with every rotation. The path ahead flickered, the digital particles from the flagstick swarming toward the ball's wake. She watched, her posture rigid, as the orb reached the edge of the cup. It did not merely fall. It plunged into the void of the hole, triggering a massive, sudden eruption. A cloud of pixelated confetti burst upward. The ground stabilized, the voxel blocks locking back into place as the hum of the energy dissipated into a sharp, ringing silence. The golden light settled, revealing the squad rushing toward the center of the green. Hands collided in a rapid, rhythmic series of high fives, the sound sharp and echoing in the quiet air. They gathered around the cup, faces illuminated by the lingering glow of the pixelated confetti. Above them, the air shimmered and folded, coalescing into a bright, holographic, level-up icon that pulsed with steady, rhythmic light. The mentor nodded, his gaze shifting from the hole to the horizon. The king and the maestro stepped forward, their movements synchronized as they looked up. Against the backdrop of the burnt orange sunset, a massive, shimmering banner began to unfurl. It stretched across the sky, casting a long, rectangular shadow over the grass. The journey had reached its peak, and the path to the next stage was now open for all to follow.